The NHL, the National Hockey League, has announced they're going to be having a new expansion team.
The NHL has announced that the Honolulu Hammerheads,
will
be the next expansion team. Honolulu? Honolulu. Before Quebec City.
People of Hawaii.
How are we going to house a hockey team in the hottest state in the entire country?
So many better options for expansion.
Has been begging for representation in major sports for so long.
Honolulu can't have ice.
You know, I didn't even know they had ice in Honolulu.
One of the best places to expand currently.
Do the people of Honolulu even know what hockey is?
Where are we going with that? New general manager,
GM Ryan Ryebrad.
GM Ryebrad.
Who is this guy?
He's a dynasty builder, okay?
Where'd he come from?
I think they're going to prove a lot of people wrong.
This will be a failure of an experiment for the NHL. We do not need another Arizona Coyotes.
I am all in for it. I love the idea.
How's it going, everybody? Ryebrad here today, and we are back with your Honolulu Hammerheads here at the start of season number 5. And yes, this past offseason was quiet, but I have some very, very good news. We have lots of growth from within. A little bit from Benson, a little bit from Safronov. You know, Benier's dropped a little bit. But where, you asked, is this growth coming from? None other than our goaltender, Dustin Wolf, who jumped from an 80 to an 83. He's now ready to be the NHL backup at 25. He's got another, 2 years left this season and next season at less than $1 million. And could end up taking over for Luukkonen, guys. It's going to be a really precarious position, but perhaps Wolf is the guy we end up going with after the season, and we let Luukkonen walk and don't spend the money on the goaltender. And that means Nico Daws is now expendable. And I was really trying to think of what this team needs. And I keep looking at defense. And yes, I would like to upgrade the defense, but I don't think Nico Daws is going to fetch us too much there. From what I can see, he's getting us a 4th when I did the trade finder. So, I mean, you can see he doesn't have too much value. Same thing with Wolf. I don't know why Wolf wouldn't have more value. I guess because he's also 25. But Nico Daws is expiring. And then we take a look at the other goaltenders. We've got Lincoln Van Riemsdyk, who is going to play in the AHL, right? Sharov jumped to an 80, and Lincoln Van Riemsdyk is going to play in the AHL as a 64 overall. Malmstrom maybe want to do that, but I'm going to leave him over there in Finland for one more season. He looks like he grew pretty nicely over there last season. Maybe this season now he can step into a full-time role, and we just kind of have a rolling list of goaltenders that are just kind of coming up while Luukkonen kind of caps out there. So I'm pretty excited for the future of our goaltending. But as far as rookie skaters, some guys that maybe I want to get rid of that are never going to hit their potential. Rylan Cox didn't jump like I had hoped. That's tough. We're going to let Bryant McKenzie sit for, I think, one more year. Although a 74 defenseman here in Bryant McKenzie, a minor league he's ready to play with Bouncer. He is definitely ready to play. So you know what? I may end up getting rid of another one of my defensemen from the AHL. Who do we have? We got Norlander. Honestly, I could flip Norlander because we got Brook as our 7th defenseman. So Dawes and Norlander could end up getting moved. I think I'll throw Norlander in as like just a sweetener of a deal. A lot of teams want Nico Daws, it seems. The Pittsburgh Penguins are a conservative buyer. How is their goaltender situation? Yeah, they probably don't need him. It's just the depth that they're looking for. I'm trying to realistically find a team that would want him or need him. Vancouver. Ooh, Vancouver desperately needs him, but Vancouver's a team we have been fighting with tooth and nail throughout this series. We've already traded plenty with Boston and Calgary. Carolina's not a team we've made too many trades with. Chicago could be interesting. Colorado's a cup contender. Dallas, Detroit might honestly be a really interesting one. I don't know why they exactly want him. But the LA Kings, they've been at the bottom of the league the whole time, and it's not because of their goaltending. It'd be an upgrade over Markstrom for sure, but I don't think I want to do that. Let's look at the New York Islanders. They do need a backup goaltender better than Makiniemi. I think I said it right the first time. Eetu Makiniemi. I'm not gonna trade for him, obviously, because I can't say his name. But we could always snag maybe a 3rd for these two guys. That's actually looking like good value. A 3rd and a 4th for Norlander and Dawes. I mean, it's not going to go through with a 3rd and a 4th, I don't believe. But as far as skaters matching the block, who do they want to get rid of? Anybody enticing here? I mean, Ulf Sundqvist kind of looks interesting. A playmaker who's 76 at 21. He's got 2 more years, low top 6. He could end up jumping. I mean, look at that playmaking category, right? This is the kind of guy that's just going to make a ton of assists, but I don't know at 21. I mean, 21.76, it's probably better than a 4th round pick. I'll throw him in there, see if I can get a 3rd and Sundqvist. If not, we'll just keep moving. But trade rejected. It's not where it needs to be. That's what I kind of figured. He's really the only guy here that I would want from them. They have a goalie match in the block, but he's not worth bringing into our goaltending factory here in Honolulu. We just crank out goalies. But Dawes and Norlinder for a 3rd and a 4th, rejected. Okay. Let's see if I can drop it down to their 5th. Rejected, quite close to fair value, so we can get a 3rd and a 6th, or a 3rd and maybe a next year's 5th. I think I'd rather do that. A 3rd and next year's 5th for Dawes and Norlinder, and then we sign, oh, I forgot his name already. I say the name so quickly and then I forget it. But a 3rd and next year's 5th for Nico Dawes and Norlinder. Ooh, a bit off. Okay, so let's see if I can just grab the 6th. We'll just grab the 6th. There we go. And trade accepted. We consider it a done deal, so I'm pretty happy with that. Go to roster moves. There's no errors. I can tell you that for a fact. There are no errors. Edit the AHL lines. We'll throw somebody in there real quick until I can sign that one guy. Tuomisto will go up there. Sean Day gets us +1 with Kiviharu. And then here, right defense. Tulala. Substitute in all lines is not what I wanted to do. Shoot. Kimo Tulala is low elite. He probably should be playing, in all honesty, but I don't think he's going to be anything more than trade value at this point. Okay, we need to... He was the extra attacker? Who was the extra attacker? Norlinder? That's bizarre. No, thank you. Please make it... let's make it McCarty. Larry McCarty. There we go. Because I just want these young guys with X Factors to be growing as much as possible. So let's take a look at our contracts. Go to the AHL... in the system, defenseman, sorted by overall. Yeah, and McKenzie here, Brian McKenzie is absolutely ready, especially with Bouncer. Defensive defenseman, our 1st round pick from last year's draft, not this past draft. I actually remember taking Brian McKenzie. So he is going to sign, obviously, as a 74 overall, low elite. He could be the one, if anybody from down here is going to jump up. He could most certainly be the one. You know what? I'm going to put him there, and then him with Kiviharu, and then him up here. You know what? No, I'm going to put Bryant McKenzie with Kiviharu. Put these 2 guys together. He is listed as a minor league top 6. And Sean Day gets Kiviharu a +1. Kiviharu is medium elite, though. So I'm gonna just play him together on the middle pairing. This Sean Day Hataka pairing, I think, was really good last season. So those are the AHL lines. Bryant McKenzie now slots in for where Norlinder was, and... we now have Nico Dawes out and Dustin Wolf in. Dustin Wolf, low elite 83. The fact that he jumped, we'll see how he does throughout the season, but I'm very, very hopeful about that one. And just so you guys know, I did go looking for both Victor Hedman and Javon Antonio. I think it's Javon Antonio. And you can find Victor Hedman here on the Anaheim Ducks paired with Miroslav Keitner. Oh my God, that's going to be an insane pairing with Zegras. They've got Drysdale as well, so now they have the most ridiculous top 3 you've ever seen. But in goal, they still have, that's going to be it. The Anaheim Ducks, that's an absolutely slam dunk move for them. And Antonio did not go back to Arizona. He instead went to the Seattle Kraken, who are missing out on Matty Beniers because he's on our team, but he's going to pair with the youngster Johnny Hodgson, who was the 2nd overall pick last year. And that's scary, to be honest. If Seattle is a team that had the 2nd overall pick just a year ago, this past season, I forget where they were drafting, but I think it was relatively high. They did have to give up a 1st and a 3rd, so they signed him to a pretty solid deal, right? Arizona did not match it, right? So you can see Seattle's 1st and a 3rd. So if we go to Seattle, you guys probably checked it out already, but it was a 3-year, $6-point-something million deal. And they absolutely needed him. It makes sense. So about 6.5 for 3 years. It was a little richer than my 2-year 5.1, so I don't blame Antonio for taking that. Not in the slightest. So I can't feel too upset about that one. The one I feel the most upset about is I should have just thrown money at Victor Hedman for 1 year. Just play him, you know, pay him 1 year, whatever. We are now ready to get it started. So I'm going to do my classic, let's get ready and then do the scouting, because the scouting has been fantastic. So if you guys are ever curious why I cut so much, it's so that we can find these guys where we find them. So I'm going to do the scouting and I'll jump back in with you guys when we're ready to get the season underway. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The scouts are assigned. I just want to let you guys know that I am going to go after a 13th forward. I didn't really want to mess up the chemistry down in the AHL, so I'm going after William Carrier out of free agency here. You can see there he is. He's just the guy that felt the best to me for what he looked like to be the 13th forward, just in case we aren't liking what Gustafsson or Bemstrom is providing. I feel like he provides a solid option outside of those guys. So we'll have to make sure that he's in the NHL, so we'll just simulate a week. He should advance, or should accept. There he is. Yep, he's there in the AHL. And Van Riemsdyk and Damphouse for Hampus Lindholm. I don't think I want to do that. No, thank you. And I don't want to do Malmstrom and Byers for Colton Parayko. Although that one sounds a little bit more interesting, but Malmstrom looks like he's the goalie of the future. Jorgen Malmstrom might be the guy that we end up leaning on throughout this the future of this franchise after Luukkonen or Wolf. You know, we'll see what happens there. But Will Carrier, welcome to the NHL. We'll just go to the edit lines, make sure they didn't screw anything up down in the AHL either. Nope. Things look good here. So we are ready to get things started for this season. Let's see how we do. This is one that I'm hoping we make another run at it. You know, we lost to the runners-up last year in the San Jose Sharks in the second round, so I'm not going to be too upset about that one. This season, though, I would like to see us maybe not go out so weakly to them. I mean, like I said, I know they were on an absolute tear, and they were a fantastic team, but oh my goodness, I think I might want to edit my trade block so that team stop. Oh my God, Vancouver they must not have played anybody there in the preseason, but 10-1 in the preseason. We are cap compliant. We've done our waiver moves, and we are ready to get the season started. I've already assigned the scouts, so let's go. Up against Toronto, we lose 6-2. We lose 2-0 to Pittsburgh. Against San Jose, we lose 3-0. A terrible start to the season. We lose in overtime there. A shootout win, a 6-3 loss, a 6-3 win, a 6-4 win. Oh my God, so many goals, and a 5-2 win. Okay, so we pull it back. I didn't push the panic button too early. 9 points in 9 games, though. We got to do better than that. And I always make this joke at this point of the season, but I can't make it anymore. The LA Kings are at the top, and the Victor Hedman-led Ducks are at the bottom. So the LA Kings actually seeming to figure it out. Finally, after so many years, they finally decided to put it together. Let's take a look at oh my goodness, that plus minus for that top line. Safronov, 10 points. They're all point per game. Beniers is a +8. Cirelli, awesome. So let's see what's not working. Zacha is not working there. Tuck is not working. Paterka's even. Oh my goodness. Dickinson, Gustafsson, Bemstrom. Holy shit, buddy. -8. Good Lord. You don't even play, my dude. But Peak and Bean seem to be a great pairing, but Gerard and Carlo, they're just not clicking so much this season. So first things first, Will Carrier, get your butt in there. Emil Bemstrom, I am going to fire you into the sun. Will Carrier, welcome. He does fit the third line really nicely, so if we wanted to move him up over Zacha, we could get the +1 there. I don't really want to do that just because I don't want to get a +1 for a 79 when we have got an 81, 83, 85 on that line. So that's the move we're going to make there. I don't really want to shuffle around too much right now. I think we're okay. Bemstrom, though, has got to go. -8 in 9 games. As a fourth liner who doesn't get any extra time. Holy smokes, that is horrific. And it looks like 2 straight wins, and the goals against have come way down. 5 straight wins in this month. Berkeley Catton for Zach Werenski. I'm going to decline that trade. Thank you, though. Buffalo. We are going to beat them in overtime. We shut out the Florida Panthers. We beat the Chicago Oh, my God. Emil Bemstrom is horrible. We haven't lost yet this month. Emil Bemstrom was single-handedly tanking our season. Thatcher Demko in the comments must have said Emil Bemstrom must have paid him like $30 million for this season to try and tank our season. And of course, you know, as I say, we haven't lost this month. We do. But look at this month, guys. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1-1. 12, 1-1 in this month. Oh my God. And we caught up to the Kings. Wow, who were 7-1. They were 7-1 to start the season when they then went 8, 2-4. I mean, that's not bad, but oh my God, we catapulted ourselves into the conversation for the best team in the league. Look at that, the LA Kings up there. I'm actually so proud of the LA Kings. I don't know why. I've just kind of gotten this little bit of a, yeah, you got it, buddy. That's kind of the mood I'm taking with the LA Kings. But look at this. Kyler Yamamoto, 22 points. Safronov with 20 and a +10. Matty Beniers is a +10. Zachary Benson seems to have cooled off on the power play, but I wonder. Samuel Girard with 15 points. I wonder if I want to make him the distributor again on the power play one, because his points did seem to take off. Well, I guess they didn't really take off, but, you know, his power play points jumped by 10 when I made him to the distributor. And let's take a look at Girard. He was the distributor the year before, I want to say. Yeah, so you can see when I make him a distributor, they end up getting power play points. But I care more about Zachary Benson growing than I really do Samuel Girard. But looking at the forwards here, Yamamoto, Cirelli, Beniers, they're back to doing their thing. They are back to doing their thing. It makes me so happy to see that. Safronov, it's nice to see him doing well as well. Probably taking some goals away from Austin Matthews, but his shooting percentage is finally arrived. A 10% jump in shooting percentage, and if he can keep that up, he's going to pot a ridiculous amount of goals. Him and Matthews shooting a ton. Zach Benson, obviously, is the playmaker on that line, hence why he's got 3 goals. Alex Tuck, Zaka Paterka, the third line looking good now with the pluses. Zaka's just not shooting very well. And then Will Carrier is a +4, 6 points in 14 games. You know, he just kind of looked like one of those guys that would be perfect for the bottom 6. And he's helped out Dickinson and Gustafsson. I never want to see Emil Bemstrom's face again in the lineup. And then obviously defensively here, Bean and Peak are just a great second pairing. I'm really glad I brought back Andrew Peak. I really, really am. And then Carlo and Girard have really turned it around. And then Addison and Pettersson are looking on the up and up too. Wolf, I mean, hasn't played a ton, but he's looking good. Luukkonen is doing more Luukkonen things. He's 14-4-1 with a shutout. He's looking pretty good. Does he have a point yet? I know he usually gets 3. Yeah, there you go. You got a point for Luukkonen. So we know this season's going as we expect it to. But I do have more scouting to do. I really like the way the lines are looking, and the team, obviously, after a 12-1-1 month, I can't really be upset now, can I? In the AHL, Toropchenko is the guy that's looking the best at 18 points. Tell me Berkeley Catton is up there as well. Berkeley Catton is, yes, there we go. Okay, 16 points in 22 games, 6 goals. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to set up the scouts and everything again, and we will jump forward to get to the new year. All right, guys, we are all set, and you know what? There's looking to be some more gems in this class, but we won't talk about that yet. It's only the end of the second month, and after a flying month of November, let's jump into the month of December here. Again, I'm not going to make any line changes. Things are obviously working and going our way. Hopefully, we don't get a negative regression here in December. We start 1-1, which isn't the end of the world, but McCarty and Brstevich for Fabro and 2/4. That's an interesting trade, but I'm going to decline it. I'm not going to shake the boat, rock the boat too much. A 4-0 shutout win. We lose to Detroit, but they're also a top team in the league. It's kind of up and down this month. That's offensive. That's just mean. Sharov is not a 7th round pick. Oh my God. But 3 straight losses. We do snap it with a win against the Toronto Maple Leafs. We lose to San Jose. Against Calgary, we're going to lose. Yeah, we've kind of come back down to earth, but we do finish the month with 2 wins. And of course, that's just EA keeping everybody in check. 46 points. We're still at the top of the league, essentially. One of the best teams in the entire league here. Obviously, Austin Matthews with his 39 points. That regression was kind of expected after a 12-1-1 month. You weren't going to necessarily keep that up. What do we do in the month of December here? We had 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins, 5 wins, 6 wins. So 6 wins, 2, 4, 6, 7. 6 and 7. That's not great. That's not the best month of December, but hey, we're still at the top of the Pacific, which is what matters. Our ship is still afloat. Although we do lose a couple games in a row here. We do beat the LA Kings, which is big. Back-to-back shutouts, actually. Losing a tight game there. We pick up a point against Ottawa. Not the greatest so far. Arizona, we do beat New Jersey. That's okay. Buffalo, we're going to lose to them. Florida, we lose to them. Yikes, things are getting really, really tight here at the top of the Pacific, and I don't like, we pick up a point there, but really, really not the best. And if the Pacific wasn't such a, an okay, we would have fallen quite a bit. We did not keep up with the rest of the teams, and we have all of a sudden started to lose our goal scoring touch here. Yamamoto, Cirelli, Beniers continues to be amazing. Benson with 36, Girard with 36, Safronov with 34, but he already has 23 goals. His shooting percentage came down, so I'm sure he's kind of lost that little bit. I wonder if I want to make him put him on the second line. I mean, he's listed as a second liner here. I think he would be awesome on the second line. I am giving him 20 minutes, though. He's got 30. I don't really want to change too much about it. We've got Safronov, obviously, then Tuck, Zacha, Peterka. That line's been up and down all season. And then Dickinson, Carrier, Gustafsson, they're looking fine. And then, obviously, Bemstrom, who's never going to see the lineup again for as long as I've got control. Girard, Bean, both with 30 points, 36 and 48 here. So Samuel Girard is definitely bouncing back. Good season from him already, on pace probably to beat his record from last season. Peak is a plus 20 with Bean is great. Carlo is doing well as well. Pettersson, Addison continued to be fine. As far as the goaltenders are concerned, a little bit of a down season here for Luukkonen. Not what we're used to seeing out of him. He does have his 2 points, though. He hit that quota. But his save percentage and goal against average need to improve slightly. Dustin Wolf, obviously 918 and a 256. That's pretty darn good as our backup. So I can't really complain too much there. I wonder what our team stats look like. Let's take a look. So we are still at the top of the Pacific. That's what I care about most. We are scoring the most goals for and the third fewest against in the division. The power play percentage is really the one that's killing us here, right? We're at the bottom half of the division as far as power play percentage. Our penalty kill percentage is also not that great. So it is the special teams that seem to be letting us down ever so slightly here. So maybe we want to take a look at that. Maybe I want to put Zachary Benson back as that as the distributor. I mean, I don't really know what I want to do here. This distributor is Girard, and he's having a great season, but I think Benson, maybe I'll put him there. He seemed to thrive in that role last season. So even strength, I'm starting to wonder, getting Cirelli up there to get a +2 on both lines. Safronov, he's great. 34. I just wonder if this might be better. The second line is what am I talking about? The second line is fine. The team performance just needs to improve a little bit, and I think that would come from an improvement at third line center here. Maybe I do want to move Carrier up. Carrier has kind of earned it. Carrier is as the center. Okay, who's better, Carrier or Peterka? Peterka's better at faceoffs. Do we want to move Dickinson up? Oh, we do definitely want to move Dickinson up. And then put Zacha between Carrier and Gustafsson. So Dickinson, Peterka, Tuck gets us a +1. These guys, and Dickinson has earned it. After all these years of him being a solid bottom sixer for us, just really has been solid. He's got more points than he's on pace for a career high in points. You know what? I'm going to play him there. I'm happy with it. And then defensively, really no changes to be made. I mean, I could flip-flop Peak, but there's no reason to, in my opinion. So really, I think it's time for me to, actually, we need to get up to February 2nd. One more game here in the sim. Early February, be nice. Say St. Louis, we do get the win there. Austin Matthews, I think, picks up a point or two. I can't exactly remember. But you can see his goals he's not as hot on the goal scoring because probably Safronov's also scoring on that top line. But to have 57 in the game in hand on the Ducks, who the Victor Hedman is seeming to rebound. The Kings are continuing to stay afloat here at the top. And it really seems to be a defined hierarchy. So I'm not too concerned about missing the playoffs unless things go absolutely haywire. But I definitely want to see us establish ourselves more like the Avs or the Panthers, Red Wings. Oh my God, 71 points. Those two, oh my God, the Atlantic is just stupid stacked. Those Dylan Larkin's become a god and Barkov has become a god. So those two guys have really just exploded. And also, Rasmus Dahlin now as a franchise player is just, he's now one of the best defensemen in the entire league. He is also a former Hammerhead, but if we wanted to get him, we couldn't even touch him. They gave him a 1 year. Ooh, okay. So he might be on his way to free agency in a year or two. Maybe we hold out for that if we want to look into Rasmus Dahlin. But he's now one of the top players in the league. And I now have to do the scouting. So I'll do that and we'll just jump back in. And I think maybe the trade deadline will move on from Zacha. I think maybe that's what we'll do. We may move on from Zacha. His time may have come. Taking a look at the contracts. Let's go to just forwards. And then Zacha, yeah, he's making 3.5. He's on an expiring deal. Safronov still does not want a contract extension. Yikes, he wants a ton of money. I'm a little bit worried too because this is by far his best season. I don't think he's worth more than Zachary Bent. I just don't. How much cap space do we have next season? We still have 15.7 million. But it's going to be interesting. Peterka wants an extension. He actually has asked for a little bit of an increase in his pay. So there's another one that we've got to hope that some of our guys grow, the guys in the system. Berkeley Catton is coming up. We know that for a fact next season. We'll just look at in the system here. So go to the top here. How is he doing? He's got 41 and 49. That's really, really good. That's going to help his growth quite a bit. So I'm very excited for that one. And I think if we trade Zaka for somebody, it may just be a rental for the bottom six. Maybe Zaka for bottom sixer and a pick. We'll see. But I'll do the scouting and we'll see what's out there at the trade deadline. We are ready to go for the month of February. One thing I want to do is test out Zaka's value right now. Just see what, okay, so that's not too bad for value. It looks like the Anaheim Ducks want him, Sonny Milano, and some picks. I kind of want to see if I could use him plus something to get an upgrade, maybe. Obviously the team is, after the hot month of what, November? November was insane. And then December and January were pretty much 500. Not bad considering how good we were. But we definitely want to see that improve a bit here in the month of February. So, we're going to simulate up to this day, get up to the deadline. We lose 3-1 there. Against Boston, we win. Against Pittsburgh, we, again, see, it's just like up, down, up, down, up, down. It feels like we can't really string some together anymore. We get a point streak there, but it's immediately snapped, and a loss there. I feel like I have to make a change because we've dropped out of the top of the league here. So you know what I want to do? I want to move Sorelli up, and I'll play Yamamoto there, and Beniers and Safronov together. I think the third line, Tuck's a minus as well. Zaka is a -5. Carrier is now a -1. We definitely need a significant upgrade for the bottom six, I'd say. Man, it's just, things are just, it's not clicking, right? After that 1 month, things are just not clicking anymore. Against Philly, we lose 4-3. We lose 4-1 to Detroit. Vancouver, we beat them. Okay, so there's a couple wins in a row. That's nice to see. This is the kind of trade that I wouldn't be opposed to, per se. A McCann and a Rodriguez in a third. We give up a second in Malmstrom. We'll see, though, when we get to the deadline. Okay, 3 wins before that loss there. We are now 5 points behind the Ducks. Yikes. Matthews is now over a point per game and started to score again. So let's take a look at the player stats. Matthews, Benson's back up on top. Yamamoto. Girard's at 52 and 62. That's great. But then Sorelli got moved up there. Safronov has got 30 goals, but 47 plus 17. I think he's fine where he is. He's the second line goal scorer with Beniers. Tuck's an even. Zaka's a minus. Peterka's plus. Dickinson's a plus. Carrier and Gustafsson are minuses. I think it's time for Zaka to go. I do. He's been so, I guess he was an upgradable player this whole time playing on the third line. He's probably somebody that we can move on from, and I won't be too upset about it. I think the time has come. But Girard and Bean are both over half a point per game, which is beautiful. Peak is plus 24. Carlo's a plus 5. I mean, he's doing solidly. Peak actually looks like he's got more offensive prowess than I guess Carlo. And then Pettersson and Addison continue to be adequate there on the third pairing. Luukkonen, yeah, the goaltenders aren't really doing what we need them to do. Maybe we move on from Luukkonen and upgrade goaltenders mid-season. That'd be kind of crazy. But it's certainly something we can look to end up doing. Let's take a look at our team stats. Just see where we rank. What do we need? So the goals for per game, we're best in the division. Goals against per game, yeah, it's the goals against that are killing us right now. Power play percentage is, again, horrible. It may be time to look to move on from some of our assistant coaches to get some really good power play and penalty kill coaches. It's just, even strength, we're great, but when it comes to special teams, which is where we, could pick up a couple points to be one of these top teams in the 80s as far as points are concerned. I still think the division was within reach. I'm confident that we're going to make the playoffs, but, I want to win the division. Back-to-back years of winning the division would feel really good. Obviously, we just dropped because the Kings won their game, and, of course, now we're in third. It looks a little worse, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead, get to the deadline here, and see what we got. And we are going to be a buyer. I'm going in. I'm going in on this trade deadline. I'm ready to make that move that I think puts the team over the edge. There's Brad Marchand, who's on an expiring deal. There's Hampus Lindholm, 87 overall. First line, they want to, I was going to say he's not a first line forward. Nolan Patrick's an 86. Hannafin has got 2 years left at 5.7. It's actually not a bad defenseman to go after. Uyghur does have X factors. We've looked at him in the past. Would take our first next year, a second in Wolf, Malmstrom a second in Wolf, Trojanovic, or Van Riemsdyk. You know what? Van Riemsdyk's kind of been passed on the depth chart. Van Riemsdyk in 2. I don't want to give up Wolf, but 2 seconds for Mackenzie Weegar. 5 years of Mackenzie Weegar at 4.7, might I add. Mackenzie Weegar does have X factors. He fits all defensive pairings potentially. I remember him not fitting in the past, so we'll have to see about that. But with Unstoppable Force, Shutdown, Bouncer, and Quick Pick, he looks like a really solid defenseman here, guys. That I could pair with. Gerard. Lincoln Van Riemsdyk in 2 seconds. How are we looking there? Draft picks. We'd have to give up a second, but that's okay. And we'd have to give up our second next year. I'm going to exit the trade here, see what else is out there. What would it take to bring in Brad Marchand? A first, Pettersson, and so next year's first, or Malmstrom, Addison, and Pettersson. No damp house. Bean is definitely not moving. And Byers, I kind of want to hold on to him because he's one of those guys that's going to be cheap depth for the future. There's Barbashev, Glass, Verano. These are just the top 10 available. Any goalies available? Jared McCann is a guy with X factors that we could end up snagging for relatively cheap. Same thing with Matt Duchene. He's a playmaker. They want a first-round pick. They want a top defenseman prospect. I'm definitely going to start looking for these guys that are on the decline with X factors. Patrick Kane, you know, one of those guys, but he's definitely on the decline. Same thing with Alex Pietrangelo. The fact that they're in the 82s, I can't trust them keeping those keeping those overalls afloat for very long. So I think let's look into Jared McCann. What would it take to get McCann? It would take a second in Pettersson, Brustevich in a second, or Malmstrom straight up. I really want to keep Malmstrom. I think he's the goalie of the future. What about Matt Duchene? He's 36. Holy smokes. They want Tuck, a second, Malmstrom, Trojanovic, or Lincoln Van Riemsdyk straight up could be a move. But man, he's exact top 9. He's an 84. Wow, he's actually a ridiculously good. He fits the top 6. He's ridiculously good. I wonder if I could get some kind of package involving Zacha here. Zacha, they don't want him, but I can maybe try and brute force the trade through. And then goalies, just a reminder to refresh you guys. Malmstrom's a 67 at 19. Trojanovic is a guy that I could move on from. Lincoln Van Riemsdyk is playing right now, so we'll see. They want Sharov. What about draft picks? I've got some thirds. What if we did Zacha in a third to go after Matt Duchene? It does worry me that he's 36 and could end up being a real liability. You know what? Let's call the Seattle Kraken. Van Riemsdyk a second for Weegar. So Lincoln Van Riemsdyk a second for Weegar and Middleton. I'm going to decline that for now, but they really want to give me Weegar. Let's go to Seattle. Oh, look, they kept my trade. That's honestly crazy. Seattle, Jared McCann, they wanted to get rid of just a second ago. Skaters matching the block. They no longer want to get rid of him. Centers, Jared, was he not on Seattle? Am I losing my mind? Is he a winger? I might be losing my mind. He might not be on Seattle anymore. Did they just trade him? Yeah, he just went. Oh my God. Sold. Jared McCann, where did he go to? I don't know, but he's gone now. That's a bummer, dude. I guess we go after a guy like Matt Duchene then. As far as X factors, he's probably the best one that's on the block right now that I could trust the most. There's Anze Kopitar, who's an 80, but he's going to end up falling off. And Bartkowski in a second for Marchand and Pietrangelo. I don't want Pietrangelo. That's so much cap too. But I think I definitely want to make the move for Matt Duchene. I know he's 36, but Alex Tuck straight up, a second in Addison, Malmstrom, Trojanovic, or Lincoln Van Riemsdyk. I don't want to give up Tuck, but I am thinking about giving up Zacha. Obviously, we talked about this before. I'll just call him back. Hi, hey, nope, don't discard the trade. And give them also one of our 2/3. Asset no longer on the team. And they move him to the Los Angeles Kings. Oh my God. Out of all the times to get snaked, now is not the time. Mackenzie Weegar, though. A first, Malmstrom, Trojanovic. Trojanovic a second in Wolf. I don't want to give up Wolf. Maybe I give up Pettersson, defenseman, Marcus Pettersson. We'll sort by overall. Yeah, Pettersson's got that 4.75 for another year after this one. Calgary would have too few goalies. Uh-oh. Is my elite goaltending a problem here? I guess it might be. Sharov, I won't have room for him next year. And then maybe they throw me back a pick. Draft picks, a fourth, right? Maybe I downgrade the second to a third because now I'm giving up Sharov as well. So we got Trojanovic, Pettersson, Sharov. Because Trojanovic here is 19 at 52. I'm okay with giving this up. Can I get a pick back? This is really risky to do this, but a fourth? Rejected, quite far off. That's kind of what I figured. Let's do a sixth. Rejected, quite far off. Trade accepted! So we are going to get Mackenzie Weegar, and it cost us Sharov, a third, Pettersson, and Trojanovic as well as a third, but we do end up getting our guy. That's beautiful, actually. And now, can we look for a bottom six player here? Let's see. Binnington, no. Jason Zucker could be a good... Oh, Huberdeau's got... Oh, that's 5 years at $8 million for him. No chance. He's 33. I don't think he's going to drop off too much. This could just be statistical, but, I mean, that's a lot for a guy that's an 83 and aging. I don't think I want to do that. Jonathan Marchessault, though, is a playmaker 84. Could be pretty good. Zucker. Ooh, Zucker's a good two-way forward. They want to... Okay, who's Zucker? Oh, I was just going to call you Buffalo. But I don't want that package. Thank you. Jason Zucker, do you fit the scheme here? A third and a sixth? I'll edit the trade. I actually kind of like that trade. That's one of our other thirds. Zucker, wow, is a really good two-way forward, but he doesn't fit the scheme. He's so good, though, that I think we might be able to make up for it. Can I give them a rookie skater? Rookie skaters that they want. Do they want any of them? Is there anybody here that's older that I'm worried about not really developing here? Tuola. Yeah, Tuola. Tuola might actually be able to fetch us somebody better than Zucker. Hold on. Ivan Barbashev is an 85 with just under... Okay, that's not a bad contract at all. Yakov Trenin, Dylan Strome, 1 year. Maybe one of these guys... Does any of these guys have term up here? Obviously, Brad Marchand would be insane to go after. And then we have a lot to think about. But Nolan Patrick, 1 year left. Ivan Barbashev. Let's talk about Ivan Barbashev here. Does he fit the scheme? He does not fit the scheme. But again, he's one of those guys that's good enough for me to just say, I'll do it. Rookie skaters. Sorting by age. And there he is. Nope. Tulala, there we go. Tulala, they would be under the league maximum salary cap. That's okay. I can throw you back some salary in the form of Pavel Zacha and Tulala for Ivan Barbashev. Ooh, I kind of like this move. A lot. That's definitely an upgrade there. 85 overall. And can I also get like another forward out of you guys, like a depth forward? They want to give up Hartman. He's got 3 years left on that contract, though. 2 years left there. 1 year left for Dylan Guenther. No. Joe Pavelski. Joe Pavelski's got 1 year left. And he's got X factors. Can I throw him in there and just see? They'd be under the league maximum salary cap. Shoot. If I'm going to take somebody back, they can't have like any kind of contract. Oh man. Some of these guys are tough. I don't think they're the team to go asking for that. So let's ask them for a third, in return for Zacha and Tulala. I actually think that's not too bad. Let's go after a second, actually. Can we go after their second? Why not? I'll just throw it in there, see what happens. That's fine. We'll go after the Islanders pick. Tulala and Zacha for Barbashev in a second. Oh, come on. Nope, sorry, Buffalo. You're too late. Put the trade back. Yes, there we go. They did put it back. Trade rejected. That's fine. I'll just go after the third then. The Seattle third they got. Will it go through? Trade rejected. That's fine. Let's go after the fourth from the Chicago Blackhawks. Trade rejected. We are not willing to retain the salaries that you are suggesting. Why was I suggesting retain salaries? Okay, can we go after the third again then? From the Detroit Red Wings. They're a top team, but done deal. So we do make the move. Tulala is out, and we bring in Ivan Barbashev. Cool. Great. Okay. Rookie skaters. Let's look at some of these guys again, sorting by age. Some of these guys that may not end up being anything. Bartkowski, no. Bruce, no. Mayorov, no. Yeah, these are the 18-year-olds. They're fine. We're totally fine here, but Barbashev, that's a great snag in my opinion. I'm pretty happy with that. He's going to be our new third line center. Ivan Barbashev here. And he doesn't, it's not like he doesn't fit. He's just not a perfect fit. And we have him for another year at 4.9. So we did take on a little bit of salary, which is not exactly my intention. But I think we're in a great spot. We shed a little bit there from the Pettersson trade for Uyghur. I'm totally glossing over the fact that we got Mackenzie Uyghur, guys. We still have plenty of cap space too. But taking a look here, Kiviharu 71 at 21, Bartowski, and there he is, Uyghur. He's got 5 years left. I know it's a long time, but he's a perfect fit for the first line. Oh my God, we might get a +5 there. And then we'll move Carlo down to the third pairing. I mean, second pairing maybe. I might move him down to the third pairing. Honestly, he's an elite defensive defenseman. All right, that is huge. And I know 5 years, but guys, he could end up being such a perfect player for us. That's going to be fantastic. He might end up getting a +5 with Gerard. As far as players that are also available, there's really nobody that I'm moving on from, right? Let's look at age. He now becomes the oldest player. Walsh, Jams, and Vicentin to the Vegas Golden Knights. Wow, the Anaheim Ducks are loading up. My word. Okay. Do I maybe... obviously, Austin Matthews. Wow, he's 29. That's crazy. I'm just trying to look for players that I'm okay with getting rid of, but really it doesn't seem like anybody. Bemstrom. Just oh my God, the Arizona Coyotes want Bemstrom. You guys can have him. Holy smokes. Give me a 4th for Bemstrom. They would have too many skaters in the org. Discard the trade. Somebody else has got to want him. Carolina's got like no contracts. Beautiful. Can I get a 3rd out of him? I doubt it. Trade rejected. Isn't sufficient at all. I didn't think I was going to get a 3rd. Hey, why not, though? The Carolina Hurricanes 4th. Not our 4th. Beautiful. We just turned Bemstrom into a 4th. Oh, my God. I can't believe that. That's absolute robbery. And really looking at it here, we have a 1st, a 2nd, a 3rd, a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th. Guys, we still have a lot of picks. We're looking pretty good still. As far as picks are concerned, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going here. I'm actually really happy. Kiviharu scares me that he's never going to hit that medium elite potential. He's already 21, though. Maybe next season's the season we start considering moving on from Kiviharu. But at least not now. I want to give him a little bit more of a chance. Mackenzie Uyghur, obviously, is a huge addition. Mackenzie, Cox, Bruce, Mayorov. The Arizona Coyotes flip Zacha to the Bruins for Adam Gaudette. They flipped Zacha. Oh, the poor man. All right, Carlo, Barbashev, Damphouse is looking fine. Byers is looking fine. Tuck, we'll see about that one. He's got another year left after this one at 5.25. Hopefully, I mean, he's been fine, right? 33 points. His giveaway to takeaway ratio is, again, elite. So he's a great defensive presence for us. He's a shooter. He's shooting 11%. He's perfect where he is. I don't think anybody else, though, is somebody that I'm really interested in. Maybe flipping Peterka for somebody. Flipping Peterka for Patrick Kane? Going all in? I don't think so. That's not going to obviously go through. We're going to exit the trade, though. JJ Peterka is not the kind of guy I would look to get rid of, right? If anything, we should be looking at guys that could take Gustafson's spot. Some cheap, like a Chandler Stevenson. We have the cap space to take on a Chandler Stevenson. William Karlsson. No trades found. Okay, so Vegas doesn't want to trade with us. Wow, Vegas, they do want to. That's why they were rejecting my calls. They're like, listen, I got a blockbuster for you. And I'm like, listen, I don't want it. JT Compher is a 2-way forward. They want a goalie prospect. Too bad. I had plenty of those earlier. JT Compher for JJ Peterka. That's a trade I could make, but Peterka's on the 3rd line. I really want to get an upgrade for Gustafson. That's really where I want to go. Lawson Krause, no trades found. Teddy Bluger, no trades found. I'm sure I could make one. Vegas, are they finally moving? They moved Petrangelo and Ball to the Oilers for Gavin and Aitchison. I believe I gave the Oilers Gavin, or maybe not. I can't remember. Teddy Bluger, we already looked at him, right? No trades found. Gregor, no trades found. Forbort, no, he's a defenseman. Shoot, defense. Taylor Radish. Ooh, that could be the guy to go after. Dylan Dubé. We do have a trade found. A third. Really? A third? We have 2 thirds, though. Do I want to really give up another third again for a bottom sixer who doesn't fit the scheme? Yeah, he's not a bad player at all, but Chicago, I believe. I called Chicago. They had a player on the block that I wanted. Not Patrick Kane. Radish here. Yeah, Radish has got another year left. And I missed out. This is the first time that's happened to me. I missed out on the deadline. A bummer, but you know what? It's okay. Brendan Dillon, 79. That's not terrible. I'm going to decline to claim him, though. And we beat Toronto. Beautiful. So we did end up beating Toronto. That's really what you like to see. Obviously, Peterka is... Oh, my God. Sorelli up here. I think... You know what? I'm going to put Safronov... I'm going to put things back to kind of the way they were. And do that. Put Barbashev with Tuck. And we get a massive boost there. We get a plus if we do that. I don't want to move Safronov down again. Sorelli, he's been fine. I mean, Matthews has been better away from Safronov, and Safronov really hasn't lost much of his performance. I do need to extend Safronov too. That's worrying. Scratch, we've got Brook. That's fine. In the AHL, things are still looking fine. They did actually switch some stuff around. Studenik, and then we will flip-flop them. Riley Tuft. Patterson for MacArthur, McCarty, Studenik. Yeah, that's fine. Defensively down here, I don't like that. Brustevich, and then McKenzie. There we go. McKenzie with Brustevich, Day with Kiviharu, and Hataka with Tuomisto. I'm fine with that. And then in goal, obviously, we've got Van Riemsdyk. Oh, and Callis. That I failed to remember that we sent Sharov away. But we got to go to the NHL. We got to look at Mackenzie Weegar, who's on the third pairing, getting us a +3. That's big. And Carlo, honestly, I mean, Peak has been so good, though. Like, it might just be Bean playing with him, but I'm gonna move Peak down with Addison, and that's big. Having Weegar with X Factors, I think, might be massive for us to get the +3 as well. I'm going all in on the top line there. We've got Luukkonen and Wolf, Brook, and then... Carrier, Dickinson, Gustafson. I actually kind of like that fourth line. And then Barbashev, Peterka, and Tuck. So Peterka's still got a little bit of a chance to grow here. So if he's got a really good season in him, which he seems to be on pace for his best career season. Actually, maybe not. Not compared to 23-24 when he was playing like on the top 6. But anyway, I think I'm going to leave things like this. But the Beniers line, that's huge for them to be such a big plus. Maybe I want to move Yamamoto. Yamamoto is only a +13 compared to the rest of the guys. Okay. You know what? We're fine with this. Matthews is 29. That's another thing we need to keep in mind, that our number 1 main guy is 29. But let's take a look at the contract extension. Let's see if he wants to re-sign Safronov. He does not, but you know what? I'm bringing him back. I'll give him, oh my God, I should have gotten it done earlier. A 1-year bridge deal is not what I want to do. 5 years, 10 million. I mean, he's killing it, right? That's all we can afford. Although maybe I can get him to do 8 years, 10 million. Hopefully I don't piss him off with this. He's not. He does not want an extension. Shoot, he doesn't want an extension. You know, we're gonna wait until the offseason and see what happens. We'll RFA him. We'll keep that in the back of our heads here. But Brustevich, okay, he does want an extension, so we'll give him through. Oh, beautiful. He wants a cheap deal. I'll take it. What does Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen want for his contract extension? He wants about $5 million. That's quite a bit of money, but we'll see. I'm still leaning on Wolf being our goalie next year. We are starting to get into some cap questions moving forward here. But we've got the end of the season coming up, and let's hope that our moves that we made will help bolster this team, especially the Weegar one. Brustevich is gonna re-sign at that contract. That's actually awesome. We beat the Sharks. Beautiful. The Mackenzie Weegar revenge game loses in a shootout. The Ducks. But we bounce back right with a win. We get a point. We get a couple points there. Okay. I'm not happy with just points. I want some wins. Back-to-back wins. There we go. I guess I just had to tell them that I wanted wins and not just points. And they're gonna turn it on for us. And apparently, okay, the only team that could stop us was the Buffalo Sabres, and it's now come down to this with the Anaheim Ducks. We still are in with a shout with the Stars too to be the best team in the West. And again, the President's Trophy is going to go to the East most likely. But we are looking mighty dangerous here. We're going to go day by day. We're going to get to the St. Louis game, get the 3 games remaining. We beat Chicago. We lose to Edmonton, but we are first. Ooh, look at that. And the Ducks, the Ducks have kind of fallen off a bit. I would much, okay, so it looks like we would play a team like the Wild right now. We'll simulate up past St. Louis, a 4-1 win. That's a big one, and that clinches the Pacific for us. So back-to-back Pacific titles for your Honolulu Hammerheads. Austin Matthews is going to be a point per game yet again, and he's most likely going to hit 40 goals. So we'll go up here to the 12th. We win, and a shutout win. So 3 straight wins to end the season, allowing 3 goals in 3 games. A 1-0 shutout win over Boston. And with 99 points, we are going to finish 2 points behind the Stars. That's a bit of a bummer. 2 points behind the Stars. I did the math right. But honestly, pretty solid season again. Another quality season for Austin Matthews and the gang. And we'll see how things turned out. So let's focus on the forwards. Kailer Yamamoto continues to just be a phenomenal second liner for us, and it's beautiful that we have him locked up for as long as we do. Ivan Safronov hits 43 goals and is our #1 goal scorer. Look at that. Shooting 16%. Oh man, so maybe putting him down to the second line was not the smartest idea. I wanted to bolster Matthews, but Benson looks great as well. 71 points. He's now up to an 87, listed as a first line forward. That is huge. That is huge. He has grown. Sorelli's an 87. Beniers is still an 85. Tuck finished as a +2. I like to see that. Ivan Barbashev on the team here. 7 points in 19 games, was even. So I'm happy about that. Playing a bit more. Again, giveaway to takeaway ratio was good for him. Paterka with 30 points, so solid to see that. And then Dickinson, Carrier, Gustafson, they did not hurt us. That is important. Carrier, seemingly a good addition at the beginning of the season. Girard finishes with 67, so he matches his career high in points, I believe. His giveaways are much lower than a few seasons ago. Yeah, no, he was 2 points off his career high, but plus 26, that's a lot better. That's the best season, I think, of his career. Jake Bean with 51, is that the best of his career? By a wide margin, is that a career high for him. Holy smokes, plus 27. Mackenzie Weegar as well was a plus 12, 10 points in 20 games essentially. So he would have been on pace for 41, really, if he played with us, and a plus 12. So I'm very, very happy with him on the team right now. Peak continue to do well. Carlo and Addison, wow, okay, so things are looking great. Luukkonen doing Luukkonen things. Luukkonen continues to be a great 9-10, 9-12 for 3 straight seasons, and this continued to drop that goal against average, so that's what we like to see. And then Derek Wolf with a 9-13 and a 2-7-2, so hopefully as the low elite, he can jump quite significantly. Let's take a look around the NHL as well. We've got the entire league here. Connor McDavid, again, now is finally at the top of the league in points. McKinnon, I told you guys, Barkov's become an insane player. Kyle Connor, Artemi Panarin, Jason Robertson, Mitch Marner, Bartzell. Okay, I'm not seeing too many goals scored. Matthews and Safronov are not going to come that close. But Safronov, honestly, if I hadn't put him on the second line, he might have won the Maurice Rocket Richard. That would have been crazy. But he's there 3rd in the NHL in goals. Matthews is, I think, in the top 10-ish in goals. So 240 goal scorers on the top line. That is beautiful. And then defenseman, Samuel Girard. We are so close to having some significant statistical achievements. But we are 4 points off of Ivan Provorov, who might win back-to-back Norrises. Looking at the goalies, I don't expect Luukkonen to be the guy here. But goal against average, oh my God, Tristan Jarry, holy smokes! And for a award that's been kind of dominated by Spencer Knight, it looks like it's going to be Tristan Jarry's to lose here. 88, elite goaltender. But Luukkonen, looking at him, he had a very solid season. One of the best guys in the NHL there. 925, 229. That is otherworldly. Rookie skaters, Borodziak. The medium franchise, oh man, he potted 30 already, 62 points. He's going to be a problem in our division. Actually, I think Arizona, I moved them to the Central. No, you don't move them anymore. They're in our division. Shoot. I was kind of being hopeful there. But that is that for the recap. Let's take a look at the team recap. And as far as things go here, 99 points, so 1 fewer than last season, 3 fewer than 2 seasons ago, but still 45 wins, 60% point percentage, best goals for per game in the division, best goals against per game in the division, so we've really hit our stride when we needed to. The power play, it is what it is. And then the penalty kill, honestly, the penalty kill improved to 85 there. So we're right about smack dab in the middle there. But we came in hot down the stretch here. And one thing I wanted to see, where did Seattle finish? Did Seattle, that's not good. So the Javon Antonio signing for them is going to blow up in spectacular fashion. Oh my God. I cannot believe they gave up their first and third to sign that defensive defenseman and then ended up giving Arizona another top 5 pick, assuming they don't get jumped twice. Oh my Lord. Let's take a look at the AHL though. Berkeley Catton finishes number 1 in points, and that's really what I wanted to see. Berkeley Catton still a 78, hasn't jumped yet. McCarty, looking at McCarty, he's a 75 still, but a 54 points. Byers 38 points. He was the one that was a little bit worse, the 73. Taking a look at the defenseman, Brushtevich, 78, has jumped a bit. Kiviharu, 71 still, and then McKenzie is a 74. So, I mean, honestly, the points are well distributed among all the defensemen down there in the AHL. Looking at the goalies in the AHL, Lincoln Van Riemsdyk killed it with his opportunity, so he might be one to look out for in the future. But Berkeley Catton is definitely going to jump next season and going to be up in the NHL, so I'm very excited for that. They finished 54, 23, and 5, and again, another season where they're at the top of the North. So beautiful. And we've got the regular season has ended. I am going to do the scouting though real quick. And then we can see who we end up facing. I think it's the Minnesota Wild. It's the Minnesota Wild. We'll end up playing the Minnesota Wild after I finish the scouting. Finally, the final scouting cut of the season is done. And we get to advance today and get to the NHL's playoffs, where we will face the Minnesota Wild, as I mentioned previously here. So let's take a look and see their lines. Sorry, I was thinking about the playoff tree for some reason. But let's take a look at the Minnesota Wild's lines and see what they are throwing up against us. They've got Kirill Kaprizov still, Wenberg and Sale, Boldy, Eriksson Ek, Novak, Rossi, Bergeron, and Peugeot, Barabanov, Petrovsky, and Adam Ernie. So honestly, the forward core is not very impressive in the slightest. A lot of low 80s carried by Kaprizov, who I assume had an all right season. Okay. The defense, well, is not much better. Jared Spurgeon continues to be here with his X factors, but 82 is the highest. I really hope we don't struggle with this unless Jesper Wallstedt just goes berserk, and he honestly, for the team that's in front of him, he had a really good season. So I'm just hoping that this is not the team that knocks us out. I don't want to get knocked out, period, but definitely not to this Minnesota Wild team. They were the best wild card team, so honestly, that's not all that impressive. Let's take a look here. Where did they end up finishing? It was us, Anaheim, LA, and then Vegas was at 90. Then it was Dallas, Colorado, Winnipeg, Minnesota. Obviously, they were 1 point away from the Winnipeg Jets being the... Wow, okay. And the Jets, I'm a lot more afraid of the Jets than I am the Wild. So, actually, I'm feeling pretty confident here. I would say that we are going to end up winning this series. I'm going to feel really, really gutted if we end up losing it. But enough preview. Let's get into the playoffs here. The Season 5 playoffs, our 3rd straight playoff appearance, and our 3rd straight Pacific Division title. Beautiful. Love to hear that. First period. All right. A 1-0 start with Samuel Girard. Second period. 5-2. We go berserk. Bean, Kaprizov, then Peterka, Tuck, Peterka, the third line killing it, and Novak there. They do end up scoring 1 with Sale on the power play, but it's not enough. A 5-3 victory in game number 1 on home ice, and that's Tuck with 4 points. Beautiful. Love to see that out of our third line, especially in the playoffs, where your depth scoring is really what's going to get you, win you some games, and obviously it just did. And then we wait for the Matthews, Benson, Safranov game. First period, 1-1 Benson, and then Joel Eriksson Ek, he is inevitable at scoring in NHL. So you just gotta play around that. Second period, okay, nobody scores. And then in the third period, it's 2 goals for us, 1 goal for them. Safranov and then Barbashev on the power play with Novak scoring for Minnesota. Oh, I think they might have switched up some of the power play stuff, but hey, it worked. I'm not going to complain about it. 7 points in 2 games for Ivan Barbashev? Good Lord. I'm leaving him wherever. Oh my God, it's an all forwards power play. Hello. I think what I would want to do is flip-flop Girard. Actually, no, let me do this. Flip-flop Yamamoto and Safronov, and then Yamamoto with Girard, and then move, yeah, just kind of do that. Although, honestly, our power play wasn't that great in the regular season, so I don't know why I'm so determined to keep it together the way it was. But Barbashev obviously gets to stay there. It was just phenomenal. So we're gonna leave that as is. Barbashev, 7 points through 2 games. All right, keep it up, Barbashev. Just carry us, Barbashev, to the next round. Let's go. First period, 1-0. Dickinson, beautiful. Fourth, depth, chipping in. I love to see that. Second period, Austin Matthews and Marco Rossi. Okay, so like that's my point, right? Your top line, they got to get theirs every game, but if your depth scores, you're probably going to win. And then in the third period, a 2-1. There we go. Luukkonen shuts the door. And for the first time this series, we have a defensive battle. I mean, I guess you could call a 3-2 game a defensive battle, but 3-0 in the series right now. And guys, I'm allowed to jump into this next game. I really am. Maybe it's something I might want to do, considering how the game is looking. First period, 1-1. Okay. Cirelli scores shorthanded, then Kaprizov scores for the Wild. Second period, Cirelli scores again, and Bergeron scores. I'm gonna trust. Third period. Okay, we're going into overtime. Matthews and Novak. Do I jump into overtime and go try and get a goal? I mean, things can turn pretty quickly. I'm going to jump in. If I'm allowed to jump in once per series, I'm jumping in overtime here on the road. Absolutely. You guys saw you may not have saw the difference, but just defensively and just the whole team, like, look at that. Just the only thing they have ahead of us is goaltending. That makes sense, but whoo-wee, we are absolutely clobbering them when it comes to actual talent. And there's Ivan Safronov on the top line with us. Let's go get the first goal early. Austin Matthews. Oh, good save. I thought he might be able to sneak that one in. Let's go to Benson. Ooh, good shot. Short side, seeing if I can get him cheating there. They're going to find Eduard Sale. We're going to get the nudge there with Safronov. Benson is going to take a penalty. That's really not good. That's really, really not good. And now I have to kill a penalty. That was Benson, not me, I swear. Barbashev up there with Jack Eichel and Mark Stone. I love it. Our third liner with 8 points. But here we go. We can't focus on how many points we've got because we have a penalty to kill off here. Cirelli is going to win it. Carlo, you know what? I'm not going to do anything crazy. We're going to sauce that thing up to Cirelli. We're going to skate, go across. Barbashev, short side. Ooh, Barbashev's shot is actually kind of filthy. Like, the way that came off, that was crazy. Ooh, Mackenzie Weegar, I get to play with him now, too. Sale, oh my goodness, if that went in, I would have been so sad. Weegar, nice poke. Nice poke by Weegar. Here we go. Let's get this thing up and out. Barbashev, up to Cirelli, back to Barbashev. Barbashev with speed, around his man. We're going to go around the net. Why not? We don't have to do anything yet. We'll go over here to Carlo. Carlo to Cirelli. Cirelli with it. Get around his man. He does. Barbashev cutting. I shoot. It's in the air. Oh, and they pull it off the line. Wallstead makes the save, and they pull it off the line. Oh, man. What a chance that was. I just want to end this game, guys. Austin Matthews throwing his body around. Okay. We got Beniers out there with, I forgot who 17 is. Who's 17? Is that Beniers and, I don't know. Boldy is going to find Cormier with a good pass to get out of the zone. They find Pajot now. Rossi, good shot and good save there by Luukkonen and Beniers. There we go. We get it up to Dickinson. He's going to drop it for Beniers. There we go. Beniers into the zone. Cuts, shoots. Ooh, a good save there. I was going to try and board play and slow him down. Rossi now with the puck. Here we go. Oh, he finds Pajot. Good poke check by Luukkonen, and we're able to get that thing out. We're going to get that thing down the ice. Screw it. We got 30 seconds left. I know I've been pushing for some goals here, but we definitely, oh God, and Kaprizov's on the ice. Definitely got to keep an eye on him. There we go. Good poke check from Peak. They find Pajot. He's unable to get it through a crowd. Can we go? Oh, shoot. I tried to get that up and over across the ice. I probably should have just gotten that thing down the ice as they come back in. Kaprizov, his pass goes into the corner. Pajot to Kaprizov. Luukkonen. Good save there with just 10 seconds to go. Let's go. Let's get this thing up. Let's go up to Dickinson. And Dickinson, we're going to go back. We're going to go back into our zone to Bean. And with 2 seconds to go, all right, the penalty is over. So we're now going to go up there. Zachary Benson. He's got speed. He's around Kaprizov. He's in. Zachary Benson gets the overtime winner. And your Honolulu Hammerheads have swept the Minnesota Wild, I don't know if you guys saw that. There's a lot of Honolulu Hammerheads jerseys in the crowd. I don't know if it's because the pink, they just stand out, but you can see a lot of Hammerheads jerseys here in Minnesota. But we get that one. Benson makes up for taking the penalty, gets the goal, and we sweep the Minnesota Wild and are on to the round number 2. Let's go ahead, simulate up a day. Oh, Barbashev continues to be 2 points per game. If he keeps that up, we are going to have a very fun playoffs. Let's keep going. Ooh, the Ducks and the Kings, 2 teams that honestly are finally here. And they're going into game 7. That's crazy. Okay, so the Dallas Stars beat the Knights. The Avalanche beat the Jets. Ottawa swept Montreal. Columbus beat the Islanders. And the Red Wings swept the Panthers. Wow, those 2 teams were juggernauts, and they had to play each other. And one more day, the round of the playoffs is over. How about the AHL? Did we advance? We did not advance. It looks like we got swept in the AHL. I don't want to sim to this. We are playing the Anaheim Ducks. Okay, let's see. How does the playoff tree look here? In the playoff tree, you got Dallas versus Colorado. We are playing Anaheim, Toronto, Columbus, and Detroit, Ottawa. I swear, the Florida Panthers were a fantastic team this season in the Eastern Conference. Florida Panthers, oh my God, because Montreal had 108, Florida had to play Detroit. That is such unfortunate luck. But again, that Montreal super team, like I said, they had Crosby and Cole Caulfield and obviously Connor Bedard. But anyway, the Anaheim Ducks, here they are. They pop right up at the top. They got Hyman, Zegras, and Terry. Ooh, how are these guys doing in the playoffs? So far, okay. McTavish, Patrick, Roslovic. That's a solid second line. Their third line is Andrei Kuzmenko, Ryan Strome, and Jacob Perreault. Kuzmenko, ooh, how did he do this season? Andrei Kuzmenko had 46 points for them, was a +3. Honestly, solid for what they got. They got exactly what they expected out of him, 46 points and a plus whatever. He did shoot quite a bit better, got them a few more goals. Nothing will top his first 2 seasons here in that second line. That his second year was crazy. And then they got Comtois with Heinen and Lundestrom. Okay, on defense, they've got Victor Hedman, Drysdale, Keitner, and Carrier, Mityukov, and Cole. So obviously the defensive core is just insane looking. They've got a couple stars, and then Gibson in goal. That's pretty solid for them. I'm still very, very happy with how we played against the Wild, and I'm looking forward to this series. This is going to be a good one. This is another tough team, but if Barbashev can really be that spark again, I'm going to be so happy. First period, 1-0 is Jacob Perreault on the third line, gets them their first goal of the series. Second period, we had to wait a little bit longer for ours. We do get ours, but Ryan Strome gets Anaheim the lead. And in the third period, we are able to force overtime with Girard on the power play and Austin Matthews. Strome and Girard working with 2 goal games. Let's simulate overtime and we're going to win it. Austin Matthews on the power play. So our power play was not the best in the regular season, but it's coming alive here in the postseason. Matthews and Girard each with 2 goal games. 3 players with 2 goals in that one. That's crazy. But a tough overtime win, and you wouldn't expect anything else between these 2 teams. This is going to be fun. Second game of the series. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going. First period, we can't. They are able to get the lead early. They did this last time, though, too. Shots are insanely in our favor. Second period, oh my God, Luukkonen opened the floodgates, and they just took off there in that period. 5-1. And then 6-1. Again, I'm not even going to bother recapping. That was just a terrible, terrible game. 6-1 loss, and it's now 1-1. Barbashev has seriously cooled off. Significant regression, but that was kind of be expected. First game in Anaheim, though. We're traveling east to the Anaheim Ducks on the California coast. First period, 1-1. Okay, they again get this first goal, but William Carrier is able to get us tied here this time instead of being down 1-0 after 1. Second period, another massive goal scoring, and Barbashev scores 2 on the power play. Kuzmenko scores. Lundstrom, Dickinson, and McTavish. It is 4-4. Third period, and there it is. Ivan Barbashev completes the hat trick, and we are going to take a 2-1 series lead in a huge, huge game. Oh my goodness. A great bounce back, a huge second period again, but this time both teams took part in it. So here we go, game 4. This one is big. If we win this one, we're up 3-1. All right, here we go. Maybe I don't think I want to jump in just yet. First period, nobody scoring. Okay, teams have quieted down a bit. Second period, teams have really quieted down. The second period, this is such a close game, but I think I want to trust. I trust this team. Third period, oh my God, we're going into overtime. Is this the one I want to jump into or do? Because it would be 2-2, and then I could be fighting from a position of weakness, but I'm not guaranteed to win if I jump in either. I'm going to sim it. Overtime. We're going to win it. The trust, Captain Cirelli. The trust, and I don't use my jump in. 52 save shutout for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. And we have now taken a 3-1 series lead. That's why I saved my jump in card for this one. Oh my God, it worked out. Oh, it worked out. I can't count my chickens yet. They haven't hatched, but we're up 3-1. We're looking okay. First period, it's 1-1. Tuck scores on the power play. Hedman scores for Anaheim. In tight, too. Second period, we are up. Oh, we are not up. It is tied 3-3. Benson on the power play. Peterka, Mintyukov, and Nolan Patrick, who they acquired at the deadline. And you know what? It's 3-3. We are jumping in. This is the game. We can end it here on home ice. It's 3-1 in the series. Oh, this is going to be tough. They have so many talented players. They have so many obviously we do too, but I think this has been like the Benson season. I mean, jumping to that 87. I feel like once you get to an 87, you really become a true bona fide first line forward, and I feel like that's really helped. The first line being back together has also been great for us. Mackenzie Weegar, Zegras is able to pick it off at center ice. Benson with a good defensive play. We'll get that up to Safronov. Safronov has a man on him. We're going to drop that back to the point. Girard. We'll try and take the shot, get a tip. No, we can't get that. Victor Hedman comes away with it. Oh, good little move to break it out of the zone. Finds Trevor Zegras, who finds Hyman. Hyman finds Hedman. The poke check. Zegras picks it up. Oh, good save from Luukkonen. Kick that thing down and around to Girard. I'm actually so nervous right now. It is not overtime, right? So I do have to remember that it's not overtime. We're going to go down behind the net. Oh, Hyman read that. Hyman reads Matthews there. Zegras now with the puck. He's going to come in. He dangles. We do knock it off of him. Matthews able to get that thing. We get it out. That's the important part. I was worried there for a second that we weren't going to be able to get that puck out. Mason McTavish now on their second line. Matthews picks it up. He goes to Yamamoto. Yamamoto can't get around the defense. And this is the problem. They've got such a stout defense. Samuel Girard. Let's keep it going up the board there to Beniers. We'll go over to Weegar. Weegar skate with it. Okay, Cirelli. Beautiful. I tried to force that thing to the middle. Now Roslovic comes away with it. Cirelli with a good back check. Captain Cirelli. We're going to pass that thing out of it, but Patrick gets it. McTavish stopped there at neutral zone. There we go. Yamamoto in. Yamamoto finding Cirelli. The shot! Captain Cirelli gets us the lead! Captain Cirelli with the goal! A good little play there. Find some space in the slot and rip it. And that one goes in. Man, guys, franchise mode gameplay is so different than HUD. It's crazy. But we are up 4-3 now. Beniers now wins the faceoff. Carlo, we're going to dump that thing in. It goes on goal. Ooh, questionable handling there. But Carrier comes away with it. Patrick up to Roslovic. Roslovic now. They're going to be throwing bodies forward. Roslovic tries to dangle, gets decked. Yamamoto, good play. Oh, but they find a backdoor. Great save by Luukkonen. Carrier finds Patrick. Patrick is going to find McTavish. Gets it knocked off of him. Beniers. There we go. Beniers, we'll go into Carlo, and then we'll just dump that thing deep. Beniers, go let your guys line change. Carrier, there we go. Beautiful. That's what we needed him to do. Tuck now on the ice with the third line gets out there. Bean, McTavish, he gets wrecked. Beniers, Perreault save made by Luukkonen, and a huge save by Luukkonen. And we got the third line going out there. I'm hoping to get the fourth line out there next, or the first line out there next. They look like they should be ready to go soon. Holy moly. All right, Barbashev. We finally get our first look at Barbashev at even strength here on home ice. We lose the faceoff. That's okay. It's contained with Carrier. Perreault, he's going to shoot and he's going to score. We let him slide into the same area that Cirelli scores from. I got to say, Luukkonen's got to make that save. Luukkonen has to make that save. Oh, my God. And now we got to work again to get a lead in this one and close this one out with 5:20 to go. We allow a tying goal. Barbashev loses that faceoff, but Peterka is able to get the loose puck. Barbashev now gets around his man, nudges off the check. He's still going. Carrier can't stop him. Barbashev, the puck is in the air. Gibson is able to catch it. Oh, yeah, we're getting the first line out there. Absolutely no doubt in my mind. The Benson, Safronov, Matthews line is getting out there. Oh, we need this face-off win. Absolutely need this face-off win. We lost a couple with Barbashev. We lose this one too. Perot is able to get that thing. They're going to get it to... oh, beautiful. Uyghur is in. Uyghur goes back door. Oh, good play there. Strome now with the puck. Get off him. Get off him. Go, 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 go. Oh, come on. Benson now. Safronov. Benson picks it up. Benson. Okay, you know what? Let's settle it down. We're going to go here. Samuel Girard, the shot. Ooh. He gets leveled, pays the price for taking that one, but let's do it again. We got a guy in front. Benson with the tip. Can't quite get it to go. Benson. Oh, let's go. Back to the point. Over to Uyghur. Uyghur, we're going to take another slapper. There we go. Matthews. Oh, we missed the puck. Perot, though. We knock it off of him. Perot, we knock it off him again. Perot is going to sauce that thing over to Strome. They're going to get it out with Hyman. Hyman gets it up to Strome. Good play there by Uyghur. Girard gets the puck, and we're going to get out of the zone. Let's just get that thing in, and Matthews, we're unable to keep it in. We're fourth line, get that fourth line out there. Dickinson, Barbashev losing those faceoffs, it killed me. So we're gonna try now at the fourth line, hopefully. Okay, they're gonna win it. Gustafsson on Hyman though. Gustafsson, okay, they're gonna find Troy Terry. His toe drag doesn't work. Jake Bean, he's got a flair for the dramatic. Jake Bean, over. Oh, he picks it back up. Jake Bean forces it. Gustafsson's there. And the fourth line, his first career playoff goal. Jake Bean with the assist. He follows it up. Oh my word, ladies and gentlemen, the fourth line has just given your Honolulu Hammerheads, look at this, they just lose track of him. They forget about him on the back door, and he's gonna score and get your Honolulu Hammerheads the lead, except, just lock it down, Benier, Sorelli, Yamamoto. This is the perfect line to shut it down with just 20.6 to go. We're just 20 seconds away from the Western Conference Finals, but a terrible pass by Peak. Zegras, he nudges him off of it. There we go. Okay, we're looking good. Yamamoto, come on. We just got to get it. Shoots, scores. Yamamoto seals the deal for your Honolulu Hammerheads. We are gonna win it. First goal for Yamamoto this playoffs as well. And 6-4 will be the final unless something crazy happens. We're just going to hold on to it. Let's just go. He gets tied up there. I didn't want to go there anyway. I want to go back in the middle. Yamamoto on Comtois. Addison dumps that thing. And that's all she wrote. Your Honolulu Hammerheads are heading to the Western Conference Finals. Woo-wee! Let's go. What a third period. The shots were about even. Face-offs. Yeah, that was one heck of a game, guys. One heck of a game. But now we are in the Western Conference Finals against the Colorado Avalanche, and out in the East. Okay, nothing so far from the East. How's it looking? Still 3-2. This should be the day. Ooh, somebody's going to 7. Both of them are going to 7. The Detroit Red Wings and the Ottawa Senators, two of the top teams. Toronto versus Columbus. Central Scouting, I don't care. And the NHL playoff round is over. It's us against Colorado, but it's Detroit against Columbus. Toronto loses in 7, 8-3. And Detroit, Ottawa, in my mind, I really want that to be an overtime game. But we have Detroit, Columbus, Honolulu, Colorado. The Colorado Avalanche are defending Stanley Cup champions, too. The defending Stanley Cup champion, Landeskog, McKinnon, Rantanen, and this is what I'm hoping that we can get to with our Matthews, Benson, Safronov line. Mikheyev with Yarncrook and Nichushkin, that's pretty solid as well. Schwartz, Gambrel, Lehkonen, okay, if there's anywhere we can take advantage, it's the third line. I would give us the advantage on the third line. Ben Myers, Alex Newhook, and Keegan Kolazar. Honestly, this is going to be one heck of a series. Byram, Makar, Taze, Miller, Mata, Mete. Honestly, guys, this is they're so loaded with top end talent. In goal, they've got Georgiev too, who's looked really solid so far. So can't even say. I mean, he is their weakness, but yeah, I wouldn't call him a weakness. How's Luukkonen performing? Honestly, not nearly as good. That really worries me. I don't want to get into an offensive shootout with the Colorado Avalanche. I really, really don't. Let's go. We've got another chance. Here, whew. Let's go. First period, down 2-0 early. Yikes! Come on, guys. Second period, Okay, third period. Oh my God, we get shut out 5-0. Oh my, I don't want to overreact to one game, but that does not spell good news for us. The first line got dominated by their first line. Oh, that's really not good. Okay. Do we want to make a move? Do we want to move a Anthony Cirelli up here? I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I know Safronov's been good, but he's a -5. The top line has been awful. How have I not noticed that? Oh my God, the top line has been horrible, and we're still here. All right, we're gonna move Cirelli up, and hopefully that'll help us fix the issue here defensively. Captain Cirelli on the right wing there. All right, game 2, we are the road team. Colorado, I think, they were the #1 team in the West, I believe, if I can remember correctly. Let's take a look here in the Central Division. They were not, but they had 100 points, so we should have home ice advantage, I think. I can't remember, but we are the higher seed technically. We won our division, so anyway, game number 2 on the road. Doesn't matter. We need to win this one. Win this one, and we're right back in this series. First period, 3-0, huge. Dickinson, Paterka, the bottom 6. There it is. Oh, that's what we needed. Second period, and beautiful. Jake Bean, depth contributions from everywhere. Newhook and Gambrell score for them. And Austin Matthews scores on the power play, so we are able to tie the series at 1 apiece. And now we head back home. That's huge to tie the series up before we head home. That game, that was perfect. The bottom 6 contributed so nicely. I want to see the top line get up there too. First period, 1-0 for them. Callie Yarncrook. Second period, nobody's scoring here in the second. Third period, and Safronov scores, but Myers gets the game-winning goal. A very, very tight defensive game, and that's 2 games now in this series where we've scored 1 or fewer. That's not going to get it done. We're now down 2-1 in the series, and I really got to start thinking about using my jump in. I just want to get to a spot. If we can win this one without me, that would be huge. First period, we're down 1-0. Keegan Kolazar scoring. Second period, it's 2-1. We're down 2-1 right now. If I tie it up 2-2, we're not looking grim in the next one. But I would need to tie it up. I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust again. I trust this team. Third period. And another 2-1 loss. And now we're down 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. The first line's not scoring at all, guys. The first line is not scoring. I'm gonna Barbashev. Do we put Barbashev up there? And then Beniers, how have you done? -5, -4, -1, -7, plus. Yeah, we're putting Barbashev on the top line, boys. We're doing it. We're doing it defensively. God, Brandon Carlo. Flip-flop Carlo and Uyghur. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put the defensive defenseman Carlo up there with him. 2-1 is really not that bad. Oh, man, but we need something to happen, and need it to happen soon. Down 3-1 in the series to the Colorado Avalanche. Let's go. Here we go. Make it or break it. First period. Nobody scoring. Okay. We're okay. Second period. We're up 3-1. That's huge. Benson, Cirelli. Oh, just get this one. Get this one. Third period. Oh, Luukkonen, what are you doing? Oh my God. They scored the winner with 24 seconds left. Oh, we just got out-teamed. Straight up, we got out-teamed. The Colorado Avalanche are insane. Yeah. You guys saw it. They were just ridiculous. But, that's a gut punch. And it's going to be Detroit versus Colorado. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Oh, man. Carlo jumped in plus-minus, too. So maybe he was... 3-1 going into the third, and you allow 5 goals. They scored 1 to make it, 3-2? We made it 4-2, and then they took off, and they scored 3 non-empty net goals. But we'll see who ends up winning the Stanley Cup. If we lose the Stanley Cup champion, I guess it's a moral victory, but let's get up here to the first of the month. And it's 3-2 Detroit. It's the second. It's 3-3. We'll simulate through it. Game 7. The Tampa Bay Lightning fired their coach. Don't care. The Detroit Red Wings are going to beat the Colorado Avalanche 4-2 in Game 7. And Detroit now is the #1 team in the league. They have toppled the Colorado Avalanche. The Colorado Avalanche were not the defending Stanley Cup champions, but man, that one hurts. But we made it further than we ever have before. Every season so far, we made it one round more. Hopefully next season is the one, although we do have some contract issues on the horizon here. Maybe all expiring. Safronov still does not want an extension. Oh, he has lowered his demands a bit. I can give him a 5-year deal at 10.5. I may do that, or he may change his mind at the start of free agency. But he's absolutely somebody we need to bring back. So at the start of the re-sign phase, I think that's what I'll do. But there we go, guys. That is season 5 in the books. Another great season where we just keep building. We're so close. And I think next season may be the one where we make it to the Cup Finals, and then who knows what happens. But guys, that is all the time I have for this one. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.
This a free for all before we fall. This a free for all before we fall.